Hey everybody, welcome back to Exploring Temecula. Today, a little different video. Obviously, if you follow this channel or if you've watched a lot of my videos, you get that I love this city, probably one of my favorite places I've ever lived, if not my favorite. But there are some massive issues in the housing industry and they're going to be around for this foreseeable future. And I just wanted to do a video for anybody thinking of moving into Temecula. I didn't want to sugarcoat it. I wanted to be upfront, honest, so you know what you're getting into if you decide to make Temecula or the surrounding area your new home. On this channel, we do 1 to 3 videos a week about the Temecula area, so make sure you subscribe if you do or are thinking of, you might want to move to this area. We keep you up to date, not only on the housing industry, but things to do, best restaurants, happy hours, wineries, events. And as coronavirus goes away, those videos are going to get more and more because we'll be able to do more and show off Temecula and everything it does have to offer. We do also have home searches in every single one of our videos now. So make sure after the video, if you'd like to figure out sort of what home prices are, go in the description, there's a link there. Other than that, enjoy the video, hopefully it's helpful, and thanks for watching. So the first massive issue that's going to be going on in Temecula and surrounding cities anywhere really in Southern California is the fact that we do not have any inventory. And not only do we not have inventory, we don't have land to build new homes. It's getting to the point that I've even seen this year, a lot of times new home builders will give incentives for new home buyers or new home builds. Paying for closing costs, giving money for upgrades, and those are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So where this really does hurt is the first-time home buyer, because a lot of times, the new home builds, there is less competition and you can actually get in a home with the new home builds if you're frustrated with existing homes. Well, that's not necessarily the case now. Another thing that I've seen this year with new home builds is they build homes in phases. Phase 1, you have a certain price. By phase 2, they might tell you a certain price, but it goes up in price a lot more than you were thinking. So, and I'm just pulling numbers out, but it could be $15,000 higher for a phase 2 home that's being built a month and a half down the line. Obviously, for a first-time home buyer, if you're thinking you're approved for 500, 3 months later your phase starts being built and the homes are up at 520 to 550, that's just not going to work for you. So those two things, well, I guess inventory in general is going to be a massive issue, not only in Temecula, but throughout Southern California. Another thing that I wanted to talk about inventory with Temecula specifically, and this can be either good or bad. Personally, because I live here, I like it, but a lot of Temecula is zoned for larger properties. When you go to west of us, you have Duluth, and Duluth is I think it's anywhere from 2 acres up. It might be 5 acres up. But because it's zoned that way, you're not going to have massive developments in that area of land in Temecula. Similar, you cross over the 15 freeway, you have places like Meadowview, Los Ranchitos, and as you get to the winery area, all these properties are zoned anywhere from half an acre or 3/4 of an acre all the way up to 20, 30, 50, 100 acres. Now, why is that important? Well, it's going to keep the population down. It doesn't matter if there's 3 acres in Meadowview with a home on it. You're not going to be able to build more than 1 home on that acreage. So for me personally, I like it, but for the lack of inventory problem, it's going to make it worse. Okay, so another big issue that I am seeing all over this area, which I personally don't like as an agent, is buyers having to release their appraisal contingency. Obviously, it doesn't make me feel very comfortable when I know a home is worth 500,000 and my buyers are, going up to 520, 530, 540, releasing their appraisal contingency, and down the line might have to pay that difference. If you don't know what I'm talking about, basically the bank is only going to lend you on what the home or property is actually worth. So if a property is worth 500, the bank is going to lend you the 500 minus your down payment. If the offer is at 550 and the appraisal comes in at 500, you, the buyer, are going to be on the hook for that difference. And a lot of, especially with pool homes, a lot of times, in a lot of instances right now, buyers are coming in, they want pool homes, and they're willing to pay that extra $50,000 if the appraisal doesn't come in. Now, bad thing, again, I was talking about first-time home buyers, younger home buyers. They don't have the luxury of spending that extra $50,000 or releasing their appraisal contingency, or they have an FHA loan with 3.5% down. So then you might think, well, just get a home that's been on the market for a little while that nobody else wants. Well, in this market, if a home's, generally speaking, there's different situations, but generally speaking, if a home in a tract community is on the market for over 20, 30 days, that means A, it's dumpy, or B, it is overpriced and the appraisal is not going to come in. So you're really back in the same situation as you were going above list price, and releasing your appraisal contingency. So you have to find that happy medium, and it really does not help these first-time home buyers or younger home buyers get in a home. Okay, so next up, and this is happening all over the country, but a lot of people are moving from the big cities to the suburbs. And how is this affecting places like Temecula and Murrieta and smaller cities in Southern California? Well, these people from San Diego or LA or areas of Orange County are selling their homes for millions of dollars, coming to Temecula. Homes are $600,000-$700,000. They have a ton of cash to play with, and they really don't mind spending $50,000 or $60,000 over the appraised value to get in a property in a safe community with good schools, that they're not worried about violence. So that is another thing that is driving home prices up. Again, not only in Temecula, but other places around the United States, and something that first-time home buyers are up against. It's just adding to the inventory problems. It's adding to prices of homes getting bid up higher and higher and higher. Another issue, and some of you might think this is a smaller issue, but finding competent companies to do work on your home is getting harder and harder to do. As a real estate broker, I have clients all over Southern California that are calling me up, hey Joel, I need a painter. Hey Joel, I need a plumber. Well, I do have access to a lot of these people, but because of the housing boom and what's going on, anybody really, really good is often booked out for a week or two. So that is something that you're running into. And then on the flip side, hiring somebody just to get the job done. I just had a home in Riverside, my painter for the seller, too expensive. So he went with somebody else. He found his own guy. It was an absolute mess for a month. So you really do have to watch who you're hiring in Southern California. I hear horror stories all the time. You need to vet them, and you need to make sure that they have at least some referrals and past work that you can verify. If you do not do this, I guarantee you that you're going to run into situations where they either do terrible work, you pay them and they just skip the work altogether. So I guess the point that I'm trying to get at here is be careful in this area with contractors, and just make sure that you vet them properly. Okay, last but not least, I wanted to talk about home sellers. You might think in this market it's great to be a home seller. We're going to sell this home above list price and we're going to get multiple offers, and all of that is correct. But here's the issue. A lot of these home sellers are selling their home to A, get a bigger home, B, get a pool home, C, get extra bedrooms for office space. And in order for you to purchase that home, you are contingent on the sale of your property. So when there's 6 offers on a property and you as the seller or you as the buyer are contingent on selling your home, how strong does that really make your offer? So, you know, even as I say many times, this is a gold mine for sellers. If you're planning on moving up or moving to another home, you are just starting the issues of what could happen within the next couple weeks, next couple months. You could find the dream home, you know, of a lifetime, but if your home is not in escrow and you know, you don't have an offer on your home and there's 5 other offers on the property that you really like, the chances of you actually getting that property are really slim to none. So that is an issue that I'm seeing more and more of for home sellers. Okay, everybody, thank you very much. I was trying to be honest with that video. Although Temecula is a beautiful place to live, there are issues in the housing community or housing industry that I see a lot of going forward. One of the things that I wanted to talk to you about is how to alleviate, especially as a buyer, these problems and make your home buying experience a little more successful, a little more enjoyable. And that would be, make sure that you have, and I'm not even saying this is me, I don't care you know, whether it's me or somebody else, but here's what you need to do. You need to have a savvy agent that puts you in the game on every single property that you put an offer on. What do I mean by that? You basically need an agent that is going to figure out within a certain dollar amount where you need to be to get an opportunity to be in the mix for that offer or for that home. That's really all you can ask for and the best way for you to be successful as a home buyer in this market. You know, things, you know, your agent should be calling and talking to the listing agent personally. You know, advising you on how to structure your offer to make it stronger. I mean, those are just 2 simple things that a good agent is going to do to allow you to have the opportunity to get in the home that you love. So thank you very much. Hopefully these videos are informative for you about Temecula. Until next time, from Exploring Temecula,